Okay.
And that's perfect. And it's going to be very
And then,
yeah.
okay.
A little whisk. Do you have a little whisk for it?
Mike, we have a whisk. Yeah, we got a whisk.
Oh.
Isaac's favorite thing.
Oh, who's the guy trying to interrupt the show?
Hi, Janice. It's Joe.
Hi.
Hi.
It's Peggy's husband. So say hi.
Hi. Are you vegetarian?
Yes.
Bye.
Let me just
How does your cacao powder look? Does it look powdery or clunky?
It looks pointy, I think.
Is it
powdery, I think.
Powdery? Hi everyone. Hi Esther and
Hi.
Zach and Janice.
Hi.
Texas. You guys are in Texas now. We missed you here in home.
Sniffing the chocolate.
You at the restaurant previously. So, how are you guys settling in?
Good. How are you liking El Paso, Esther?
Good.
Yeah. How do you like El Paso, Isaac?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having fun. Lots of open spaces. And I think it snowed this week, right?
Yeah, it snowed like twice.
Yeah.
Normal?
So it's cool. It probably snows in El Paso maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
Right.
Yeah. That's amazing though to see it
There's been
in the desert.
It's snowing in the desert.
Snowing in places that has never snowed before. So climate change, you know.
Yeah.
Used to both work separately at Peninsula Hotel, and you've been an environmental scientist as well as our sustainability head for quite a long time, driving the company's corporate culture into developing more sustainable practices and operations. I know that recently you guys wrote a book. You and Esther wrote a book called Sparky and Benny's. How was that process?
Yeah.
How did you come about thinking of writing a book? The illustrations are gorgeous as well.
I wanted to write after my favorite animal, like my favorite type of animals.
Which is?
Which was it? And which was what?
Well, also what penguins can fly.
Oh yeah, that's a second book.
A spoiler.
You wrote about your favorite animal, and the animal is
A sea animal.
sea animals.
I did even wrote a poem about sea animals. I did bird animals.
Yeah. And what did you think about it? I mean, Esther was the brainchild. I thought about writing a STEM book because it's very hard to come up with like a fictional STEM book. Usually STEM books, science books are very like encyclopedic, quite boring. And so we wanted to come up with a children's story that really talked about STEM. And then I asked her, you suggested I write about your favorite animals, right?
Yeah.
And then when we searched about her favorite animals, we found out that a lot of them are endangered.
Right.
And initially Esther wasn't sure what that meant. And when I was trying to explain it to her, I said, because how do you explain endangered to a kid, right?
Mm.
So I just simply said, oh, they're losing their homes.
Right.
That's essentially what I just said.
How old was Esther?
I think she was 9.
No,
that was still in Hong Kong,
I was
actually.
8.
You were 8?
No,
Okay.
actually, I was 9.
9 or 8?
8 to 9.
Yeah.
8 to 9. Let me.
You were 6.
Was I in first grade?
Yes.
6 and 7.
Yes.
I was learning endangered and all those other.
Okay,
Actually,
good
I
to
already knew
know.
what endangered stuff were in first grade.
Right. So we wrote that book, and then you came up with the names, right?
Well, it's because I had a toy called. Because I looked at this book and I saw this, and I saw basically I got a name from getting this stuffed animal, and it has like how to train your own narwhal, and they gave me this really small cute narwhal toy. And when I looked inside the book, I saw a list of names, and I saw Sparky inside.
Yeah. So she named all of the characters, and I think the difference is that when you're a kid, you don't censor yourself.
Right.
You literally just create, right? There's no limit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But for me as a mom, I'm like, and especially as a working mom, I've had to edit and self-censor my thinking. It's really odd.
Yeah.
So I literally am the writer behind their ideas. They're the ones with the crazy plot twists of the book. I would have never thought about writing it that way.
That's in your imagination.
I've not, yeah. So I actually learned a lot from them about creativity.
That's awesome.
Like just write it all out, even if it's so absolutely crazy. It wasn't in the book, but one of our plot twists was like a hologram, where one of the animals would come out. Like it's absolutely nuts. It's so crazy. I mean, ultimately it didn't make in the part of the story, but I think the lesson was that had we not done that, we wouldn't actually have gotten to write a better plot twist for the book, if that's the right way of putting it. Yeah. Then because Esther and we spent so many months working on it. Isaac, a couple months, like 9 or 10.
That's how much a school year is.
Yeah, pretty much a school year. And then Isaac was like, hey, I want my own book too. And so we just finished writing our own book, which will be launched in August this year. And it's like a Dr. Seuss book that rhymes. Which is, right, is a bit nuts. So, but again, this is what I wouldn't have thought about it. They're the creative directors, if you like.
Very different issues, their troubles, what they're learning every day is so different than what we were, trying to deal with, So I think that with the internet, we can utilize it to spark more good and to share more positive things and to share more actionable solutions to how we can help protect our environment, protect the animals, protect our biodiversity and our ecosystem any way we can. So I'm so excited because today we're gonna make chocolate. And
yes, and whose favorite? Isaac.
And it's also because the ingredients I've chosen that I propose to you are all raw. And when we talk about raw food, it means that the ingredients are not heated past a certain temperature, because when it's past a certain temperature, the natural nutrients and all the good vitamins and minerals actually deplete within the ingredient. So we try to retain as much nutrients as possible inside the actual ingredient. And today's main ingredient we're using is, of course, chocolate. Now, earlier we mentioned a little bit about cacao and cocoa and a chocolate bean. And what they do is basically dry this out. So they look more like a whole bean. They dry it out or roast it, and then they will crush it into little nibs. So we call this cacao nibs, which is very, very bitter and also a bit tannic and tart. So that is real chocolate, 100% chocolate.
Wow, that's it. Yeah. That's it, the 100% chocolate.
100%. Now, if we mill this into flour, it will become cacao powder. Okay, and I have to drop a name first because Family Farm Organics here in Hong Kong sponsored our ingredient today. They've been our suppliers for 8 years, so really awesome. We've been basically working together to try to get as much of these beautiful, pure, clean, transparent, traceable ingredients into Hong Kong in the last 8 years. Things like acai and teff. So it's great to have their support. Now, after you mill it, it becomes cacao powder. This is still 100% cacao. So it's still bitter, it's still tannic, it's still tart. But then cocoa, what that means is normally you get some like instant cocoa powder. It's mixed with some form of a sugar and also milk powder. That's why it's a little less strong, the flavor. So a 60% chocolate would be 60% of cacao powder, and then they would substitute with 30% milk powder, some form of fat and sugar. And so that's why we call it a Dutch process. It's basically processing the cacao to cut out the actual amazing ingredients and the high mineral content of the cacao. But when you're buying it whole like that, you can tweak it yourself. If you want it a little sweeter, you can choose another sweetener. If you want it milkier, you can actually add coconut milk powder or even cashew butter to it to make it a little softer, so not as pure. But The other one is cacao butter. So cacao butter is basically the same process extracted from the cacao bean where all the fat is taken. Now, cacao butter can solidify really quickly, so it's like butter form. We use this as a stabilizer, so it helps set the chocolate. And when you smell it, it's so beautiful. This is basically chocolate flavor, you know? And when we talk about white chocolate, it's basically cacao butter, milk or milk powder, and sugar.
Oh,
So there is actually no.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
So white chocolate. White chocolate
Oh,
chocolate base. Okay.
got it. Yep.
So I love using cacao, but very importantly, over 70% of the world's cacao is actually sprayed with a lot of pesticides, chemical fertilizers. The farmers that are growing cacao are not often paid fair wages either. So when you're choosing chocolate, choose fair trade, choose certified organic to ensure that your money is going to the right places. All right.
Yeah.
So should we get started?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay.
Now we have
Go.
here the cacao butter that was earlier melted, right? We have this, right?
Yeah. Here it is.
It's really heavy though.
Oh, here. I'll carry it.
I'm
Here.
scared I might break
And
it.
we melt it on a double boiler, and just make sure that you whisk it once in a while, stir it once in a while to make sure it's not separated or anything.
This one? Later.
You have the cacao powder that has been
Can you
sifted.
put up the cacao powder?
This is like a DIY.
Here.
The powder is
Might
so
get
heavy.
chunks,
It's more
and
heavier than oil.
will be very, very bitter in your chocolate.
Not that heavy. Is your hand okay? Nope, it's
Now,
not that heavy.
inside the cacao butter, we're gonna pour in the maple syrup or coconut nectar, whatever.
Okay. Do you want to put the maple syrup? So we're gonna do that now. Maple syrup to the butter, right?
Here.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Are we actually gonna do it now?
Yeah, we are. Go. Ready?
You can do the next one. I want to do that one.
Okay. You want to do it? Okay.
So what do we do? You can't
Just
do the
follow what Peggy's doing. There. Here. Just
Syrup into the cacao butter.
yeah.
Can I mix it after? Can I try mixing it first, and I can let Isaac do it?
Wait, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac. Let me help you with this.
Oh,
Yep. There it is.
I want to mix it. I want to mix it.
Yeah.
you just need to emulsify everything so that the sugar content and the fat content's emulsified. It's like making a vinaigrette, a dressing.
It's not working.
No, there it is.
It smells like chocolate.
Can I do that?
It smells like oil. Oil chocolate. Well, it smells like a cup.
So now
Faster a bit.
emulsify.
It probably just smells.
Now,
Oh, we put it in the butter.
okay.
Yep.
Now, the
Here.
next step, use your whisk to slowly add the cacao powder into the liquid.
You can pour it in.
Okay. So
Slowly.
while you're
Let's do it
whisking,
slowly. I want to whisk it. Do I still
can we
have-
just look at
do I still
Peggy?
need to use this?
Slowly.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'll do it.
do you want to do this?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Slowly.
Actually, I want to mix.
Go.
Mix. Can I mix? Actually,
No, slowly. Don't do anything yet. Don't do anything yet. Not yet. Not you, Zach. Come on, Essie. You can do it. Good. Well done.
all of it?
Yep.
Okay.
So, kind of like sprinkling a little bit, but then mixing at the same time. Okay? Use your-
Okay. Can we mix now, Isaac? Can you start mixing? Thank you.
Ooh,
This
yeah,
helps make sure
it's so
that.
chocolate. Can I have a little try?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
The chocolate it's not that. Can I have a little bit of a try?
Can I help? Can I help?
Oh, I want to try it.
Me.
Ooh, it's becoming a little liquidy. It is turning into chocolate.
Come in.
Ooh, I
Essie,
wanna try
wait,
it.
let Essie.
But you mix it first.
Okay, Zach, your turn.
Wait, my turn. Ella.
It's like we're making our own Nutella.
So
This dark chocolate.
mine's actually quite clunky because it just cooled
Esther
down.
hates
So I need
dark
to
chocolate.
put it back
I
in.
do. I love dark.
Okay.
Back then you hate it, but now I like
Okay.
it. I think something fell on the floor.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay, Essie, can you?
I want to mix it so
So
bad.
it happens when the cacao butter gets too cold, so it solidifies. So my mixing becomes quite clunky. So yours
Okay.
is good.
It's like soft, like batter. It raised like
Yeah.
this soft.
It's quite soft there.
So do we put it in here?
You can add some
Okay,
of
here it is.
crisp
We need to put this in there.
Yeah.
How
So we can just like sprinkle it,
The
right?
whole thing, right?
and mix it.
While I'm mixing. So you guys can do it. I will mix it. Ready?
Like sprinkle it?
Yeah.
Like, can we just put the whole thing in the whole bowl in there? I think it's so that we can make more texture. Cacao beans. Cacao. Can I add a bit more? Like only one more.
Yeah. Why don't you do that
'Cause
as
it
I
doesn't-
help?
He said to put in the whole thing.
No, but yeah, but okay. You want to do it? Put the whole thing. You
Do
can.
one.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We want crispiness. Yeah.
Like these, they're quite chunky now.
So you're gonna
Start adding up.
spread it on a tray with some.
Okay. Okay. Let me
It's okay for
let me get that.
It's okay for the chocolate.
What is this?
Is this safe to eat right now? One. Just one crispy. One piece of coconut. One piece, you know. And it's just one piece of crispy, right? Right. Kind of bitter. It's so yummy. No. I really wanted to mix it. Yeah, or just being in jail. I'm gonna give you the first.
So we're gonna flatten it on the sheet on the pan.
Yes, correct.
The tray. We have a tray.
With our hands.
No, using the spatula.
Can I please get one piece?
Yeah.
If you like what we said, do not push it like that because it's gonna roll off. Whoa, this is like chunky beef. Sorry. My name is Chunky Beef. I'm holding it. It actually looks like. I'm holding it.
Yeah. Hang on.
This looks like crusty krabby patties. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Can you try to flatten it?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Can I do it?
Yeah,
I'm
of
really good at
course.
flattening stuff.
Okay, so sorry about that. I've got this
Putting it on red.
background.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
again. So if that happens, if it just got really
I'm not seeing.
because we kept it on counter for a little longer, then all you need to do is just put it back on the double boiler and then let it melt. I'm gonna catch up and put some of my brown rice puffs in there. This is all for like added crunch. You've laid it down already, right? So what
Yeah.
you do is also garnish it. So you can
Oh.
Yeah. Well.
brown rice puff is all for crunch. I love like a crispy, crunchy type of chocolate bar. So just pouring this in here.
Oh. It's supposed to be watery?
No, because hers was because she heated it up again. That's
Oh.
why.
It's not even having thick chocolate bars.
Do you have any like
Yep.
nut seeds or nuts or something that you want to put on there?
Yay, we do. Can you kids show the fruit medley? We have a fruit medley.
It's a medley.
Well, it's like a combination of like
All
dried, different type of dried fruits. Now, if I can figure out how to open
I
it,
hope there's strawberries in there.
there is strawberries and
I want
blackberries.
to eat. And I want to eat the crispy. Can I look at them first? Please look
And
at
if
them.
Here it is.
Can I have one bite? Of the crispy.
So do we put it on it?
Yeah, just put it on so that it's
Okay, just sprinkle.
Just one
Just
bite.
sprinkle. Not all. Just sprinkle some. Okay, just sprinkle.
I've got
I
like
tried so
roasted
hard.
berries on
It
there.
smells like, it still smells like chocolate.
What?
Ollie just wanted. It looks like the fruits from Halloween.
Fruits from Halloween.
Are those?
Kind of, but they're sweet actually, right, Esther?
What are those
Yeah,
called
okay.
again? Like those
Dried fruits. Dried
grapes?
fruits.
Grapes. What are
Raisins?
those?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, raisins.
There's raisins.
And there's also dried apples in here.
Yeah. Here.
Raisins.
Do you want raisins?
Yes.
Okay.
I've got some dried flowers.
That's a raisin.
I have some dried rose. Cut
A
up.
coconut?
Yes. Put some
Do we have?
coconut on top.
Okay, put.
So the thing with like
Sprinkle.
chocolate is you have to like move fast, you know.
I don't get that a lot. I accidentally put some on my hand.
Yeah.
It's only a bit. Hey.
Okay, that's enough. We're good.
That's enough.
That's enough.
You're also gonna be eating it.
We're all gonna eat it. Hey!
Eating it.
Yay! Well done, kids.
Sorry, I kind of
That
want
is
to put some on.
Here you go.
Yay! Ours. Where's ours? There.
It's not really sitting on top of the.
No worries. I mean, next time we can
I
just
want raisins.
make sure that it's a little bit more liquidy, and then now what you do is just put it in the fridge and let it set.
Okay.
for about, like
Is that the last step? And then I
Yeah,
can
we'll
eat
do
it?
that. Okay. We'll put it in.
Can I have the goji berry?
Yeah, go ahead.
They're not goji berries. They just taste like it. Okay. Leave some. Wait for me. It's so yummy. It's crispy.
So I'm gonna show you one that I made earlier.
Is it tasty?
What it looks like.
Oh.
Wow.
In like 30 minutes, so it's that quick.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Wow.
I wish
Okay.
you could do this. Now you can just cut like
Crack it, right? Yeah.
and then
That's why it's called bark. You can just break it off like bark.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
look at this big kid here.
The cameraman.
Hello. I'm
Hi.
sorry
Eat
to use in front of you.
He's gonna have to eat it.
And I'm so
Peggy will
hungry.
send you a photo once ours
Please.
once the kids start eating it. I'll send it to you on
After class.
So
yes.
super
Marshmallows.
lots of superfoods on the top, and you know exactly what went into your chocolate, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so easy to make. You can
I ate all the.
Yeah.
in it or
Aw.
on top of it. Make sure that your cacao butter next time, well, at least I need to make sure
I want
it's
some
like quite
raisins.
melted, it's still warm, because as it cools, then it gets chunkier. Make sure you work fast and have everything ready. But yeah, so that's the chocolate bark. I hope you'll keep making.
Yeah. Was that easy?
Mhm.
Was it good? Oh, we're excited to eat it. I'll send you the photos once they started eating it. Actually,
No, because
Isaac just answered your question. He said, "We're finally happy."
No, it's part of a game. It's part of a game that means as I play, it's like you have to infect someone with your smile.
Infect someone with your smile, with kindness.
It's a game in Roblox.
Yeah. So I think the reason we decided to really move, even despite the pandemic, was it's a quality of life. You know, my husband and I, Mike and I, have lived in all of the major cosmopolitan cities in the world.
Yeah.
So London, we've lived in London, lived in Hong Kong. We also lived in San Francisco. We feel like we kind of been there, done that, kind of got that out of our system. And we wanted our kids to have that connection with nature, like a direct connection to nature. And so we have that now in El Paso, because literally they can just go out and the mountains are there. They can do trail biking, they can run. It's just
Roller
a very different
skates?
type of
Roller skates?
experience. Yeah, rollerblade, a different type of
Hello.
experience. Yeah.
Is mushroom made of meat?
Is mushroom made of meat?
Not is meat made of mushroom. How come you make meat out of mushroom?
Because she remembers the
That's your
mushroom
smile.
dish you made.
You're finally-
It does. The texture's like meat, but it's not, right? That's my understanding.
I
Yeah.
miss it.
She misses the restaurant.
This
Okay.
is so yummy.
Okay, so thank you so much, Peggy, for teaching us how to do that. That was so easy.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
And I want more.
Bye.
Good morning, good afternoon, or night, and also bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice
Thank
day,
you.
guys.